Howdy-o, everyone! Lawson here, back in action for more Miles Edgeworth Attraction. That's right, we're playing as his dad as we explore this lady's room. As she has something afoot because her desserts are not quite up to par. And as we can see here, there's two different things going on here. What's going on with that? Unlike the other fairies, this one doesn't have a fluorescent cloth. Miss Delicious, it's not right to leave one out. I don't like it either. But one fluorescent cloth and a machine has gone missing. You've lost a cloth and a machine. What sort of machine is it? Oh, let me tell you. Each piece of fluorescent cloth is hooked up to one of these machines. The machine is called a rainbow light device. Light is sent through the cable and into the cloth, which is made of optic fibers. Just fiddle around with the settings a bit and it will turn into all sorts of colors. When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you could almost feel the glittering of cool eyes. It's powered by a long-lasting battery that's resistant to changes in the temperature. Not very familiar with these kind of devices. Mr. Edgeworth, she's saying it's a machine that transmits light to the special cloth. I see. It's amazing what they come up with these days. So one rainbow light device and one fluorescent cloth are missing. Yesy! That's right. Wherever could they be? This fluorescent cloth. Could it be related to the case? Am I... complete? Oh, the visceral charge. Let's go, baby. That's enough. Investigating. We found much more than I expected. And yet, something from before still bothers me. Prosecutor Von Karma must have found the murder weapon in this room. So then, why did he, let Delicia be? Firstly, I must assert Von Karman's true motives. Detective Bad, I would like to ask Prosecutor Von Karma something. I've also got business with him. And Delicia there too. What's the idea, Batty? Don't glare at me like that. Seems Detective Bad also has his doubts about Delicia and Von Karma. Delicia, will you come with us for a moment? Yesy, that's, fine. But what for? You have to find Von Karma. There are some things we need to talk about. December 24th, 8:05 p.m. Contest venue. Fountain patio. I don't know why fountain is such a hard word for me, but apparently it is. Uh-oh. Here he is. Prosecutor Von Karma, we need to talk about the case. From the look on your face, I assume you found the murder weapon? Yes. We discovered the murder weapon in Delicia's room. It would seem Mr. Master isn't the only suspect in this case. Bah! That's not true. Where the murder weapon was found does not change the fact that Master is the culprit. As long as I am here. Why is Von Karma so sure of himself? Well then, aren't you going to explain why the murder weapon was in Delicia's room? Naturally. You wish to know, I'll tell you. Uh-oh. He's coming at us. About the murder weapon. In order to pin the crime on Delicia, Master used the rock salt lamp to kill the victim. He then deposited the murder weapon in Delicia's room. If he had left the murder weapon at the crime scene, Master would have been the one suspected. He couldn't move the body, but it was easy to move the murder weapon. Ergo, there would be no evidence pointing to a specific culprit at the crime scene. Mr. Master took the rock salt lamp? Precisely. I carried out the investigation myself. There could be no room for doubt. Do you have evidence that he moved it? Huh. That would not be necessary. What? You have an objection, say it. Do you think a mere defense attorney could break my logic? Rebut! Okay, defend the crime, use the rock. Let's see if we can get any more out of him. He took the rock salt lamp from Dulcia's room? Exactly. In order to kill Dover, he had prepared the murder weapon beforehand. But the murder weapon was found in Dulcia's room. Doesn't that place suspicion on Dulcia too? Huh! Oh, I'm not finished. Master killed Dover. Deposit the murder weapon in Dulcia's room. Okay. So the murder weapon was the rock salt lamp hidden inside the candy castle? Huh. Did I discover the murder weapon when I enter the castle? Be thankful, defense attorney, that you two came by this information. Why was it necessary for you to enter the castle? Well, maybe he's interested in candy castles? Why, you... Do you think I went in there because I wanted to? The detectives at the scene were useless, so I had to investigate myself. I wasn't in charge of the initial investigation. Detective Bad joined the investigation halfway through. Bah! Certain work ethic is required if you are to gain my trust. This is a flagrant waste of time. I'll continue. The murder weapon at the crime scene, the master would have been the one suspected. I mean, he has the keys to all the rooms. How would he know about, like, the girl putting everything on, like, his chocolates, right? Wouldn't the body left behind in his room also be cause for suspicion? Moreover, I have a favorite saying. I'd like to share it with you. Even dogs can wait. Wait until I'm finished. That's exactly what I'd like to say to you. I didn't move the body, but it was easy to move the murder weapon. I'm not gonna argue from there. It is. Now this, no evidence? That's a clear red flag at any of these attorney. How can you conclude that Mr. Masters is the killer without any evidence? You think that will shake me? You disappoint me. As long as the body was found in Master's room, he's the prime suspect. Objection. Is there really no evidence pointing to anyone else at the crime scene? Actually, there's room for further investigation. Objection. It's an attorney. Another investigation is not necessary. Master must be the killer. You think differently, cease these pointless words. Speak with evidence. Back to the crime scene. If Mr. Master isn't the killer, there must have been something there incriminating someone else. It seems Von Karma won't be shaken easily. I'll just have to present evidence that contradicts his reasoning. Okay. So it's not there. It's the no evidence thing for sure. Fuck. We gotta get that one. God, it's at the Ergo. Okay, Ergo, there will be no evidence. But there's evidence right here. Some of the fingerprints on a chocolate frame. No fingerprints are found. Of finger marks, that's what they're called. Okay. And then we also have this. The victim's body was found in the treasure chest made of good chocolate. And this one the cause of death was. Well, some circumstances are unclear on the part of the treasure chest and a blood stain. There you go. Each of the desserts in Master's rooms had one part missing. Before the ship's fall, the treasure chest lid was closed. And this wasn't there, the blood wasn't there. So it's got to be this.
Objection!
It's true that the murder weapon and bloodstains disappeared from the vicinity. However, there was still one piece of incriminating evidence but left behind. Have a look at the photograph, which was taken when the body was first discovered. This cloth was used to wrap the body. Doesn't it remind you of the fluorescent cloth from Delcia's room? My fluorescent cloth! Was at the crime scene? Huh! Fluorescent cloth? You. Just what part of this cloth is fluorescent? I guess Von Karma doesn't know about this cloth secret. It looks like a normal cloth at first glance, but if you use this rainbow light device, you can make it glow. Prosecutor Von Karma seems a little surprised. I don't think it was the cloth's ability to glow that surprised him. One sheet of this fluorescent cloth is currently unaccounted for. Now I'd like you to look at the color of the cloth in this photo. Don't you think it looks like the color of the fluorescent cloth before it's been lit up? Both the rock salt lamp and the fluorescent cloth originally belonged to Delcia. Wouldn't it be natural to assume that this cloth was used to wrap the body? Prosecutor Von Karma, I believe the present conditions give us much reason to suspect Delcia. Did she just use her little hands, the little leg to do that? Hold it, Gregory! Do you really suspect me? I don't yet know if you are the culprit, but it is true that you're hiding something. Am I right? That's... So, you're saying that the murder weapon and the cloth were originally from Delcia's room? Yes. What's so funny? Just as I expected from you. The murder weapon and the cloth are not from her room. How unfortunate for you. What does he mean? Before the contest began, Master noticed her violation of the rules. He confiscated the cloth and the rock salt lamp and kept them in his room for safekeeping. What? The victim was not seen, as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Masters. And the murder weapon, the rock salt lamp, was being kept in Masters' room. This should be the decisive evidence in proving Masters' guilt. Defense attorney, you lost to me before you even had a chance to stand in court. What's this? What? Was all long investigation for nothing? Miss Delicious, why didn't you tell us about your confiscated items? Well, Manny said I'd look suspicious if I did. Prosecutor Von Karma? And it's true! You all suspect me, don't you? How clumsy of you, defense attorney. on karma. That's why he let us investigate Dalcia's room. And in your clumsiness, there's one more thing I need to inform you of. 2 sets of fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. 2? Yes, they belong to Jeff Master and Delicia Scones. No other fingerprints were found. After Master killed Dover with the confiscated rock salt lamp, he foolishly concealed the murder weapon bearing his own fingerprints into its owner's room. I don't even need to prove my case in court. I have more than enough perfect evidence to prove Master's guilt.
Objection!
But hold it! I still have some doubts about the fluorescent cloth found in Mr. Master's room. Bah! Irrelevant. After disposing of the body, he intended to return it to Dalcia's room. I don't have enough information to refute on Carmen's reasoning. Nothing left to say. If your job is done, leave this place. That's... Can't give up yet. We wasted enough time as it is. Bad! Take them away. There are still no doubts left in our investigation. Detective Bad. What's the meaning of this? It's not my nature to leave any doubts behind. There is still one piece of evidence that is yet to be identified. That's right. Still the traces someone left behind. Bah! Talk about your doubts as much as you want later. But this, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Objection!
No, I also have some doubts about one piece of evidence. It's likely that I have the same doubts Detective Bad has. What? This is the piece of evidence left in Mr. Master's room. It's yet to be identified. Yeah, the unidentifiable finger marks. Shablam! Somebody left gloved finger marks on one of Mr. Master's desserts. If these were the killer's finger marks, then it's possible the killer also didn't leave any fingerprints on the murder weapon. How did you know the state of the crime scene? I gave them permission to investigate. Bad! How possessed you to let a defense attorney into the crime scene? I don't recall you telling me not to let him in. Bah, such impotence. You best remember, Bad. Your salary review depends on me. This is a good for Bad. I'm so glad I have a kind boss like Mr. Edgeworth. Your salary review depends on how you perform here. Surprised at what a mere attorney like you have managed to uncover in such a short time. However, it's possible those fingerprints were Master's own doing, because he always wore gloves while cooking.
Objection!
Do you have evidence that those fingerprints were left by Master? And moreover, there are still a few points of suspicion surrounding Delicia. Oh? You still haven't given up on that? Ricky, you still suspect me? I've already apologized for stealing a few bites. I don't want to suspect you. However, I can't easily trust those who tell lies. You must still be hiding something. Greggy is a bully. Don't you know the temperature of fresh cream must be kept at? You call yourself a dessert chef, but you lack even the most basic knowledge. I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge. In your case, it's not even about the lack of knowledge. In truth, you don't even know how to make desserts, do you? Defense attorney! Stop trying to force your own reasoning. In a court of law, the evidence tells all. You say the witness is lying? Show it with evidence. We're not in court yet, but very well. This evidence shows that Delicia can't make desserts. This one right here. This. There you go. The only things Delicia made were those that broke the rules. The lamp and cloth that broke the rules were being held in Master's room. There's no way the witness could have returned them to her room.
Objection!
Those were not the only fake desserts she made. What? Her desserts may look like something out of a fairy tale, first glance. But in reality, they are nothing but mannequins, decorated with cream. Apart from the cream, they're all fake. Ugh. This is not something one aiming to become the world's greatest pastry chef would do. Is this true bad? Yes. My shoes can attest to that. Would that be enough to convince Prosecutor Von Kamm? Once he sees what Delicia has done, I'll have no choice but to be convinced. Delicia, the fact that your actions could lead you to being a suspect is no laughing matter. I didn't matter. Is it time you told us the whole truth? Who are you? And why were you indulging yourself in another contestant's work? Yesy, I understand. The truth come out. The truth is, I'm not really a dessert chef, like I led you to believe. I'm actually a pharmacist. What? A pharmacist? That's a completely different occupation. No wonder, it's no wonder he couldn't hide his surprise. Oh, he's talking about Ray. Okay, I'm a little confused why. Why is a pharmacist like you participating in the contest? I just love eating desserts. I joined because I thought I'd be able to eat some of Jeffy's desserts. I never thought I'd end up making it to the finals. Even Prosecutor Von Kamm is at a loss. Oh. Even Prosecutor Von Kamm is at a loss for words. So that's the real reason why you entered the contest? Yes, as expected, Jeffy. Desserts were also good. So, the gloved finger marks on the picture frame were your doing? No way, I never wore gloves. Delicia's fingerprints were found on Mr. Master's chocolates. So is it true that she wasn't wearing gloves? Yesy, exactly. You do believe me, Greggy. Is your face stuffed with nothing but desserts? Sorry, Manny. I think it's her belly that's stuffed. Were Master's desserts all that you ate? Actually, no. After the afternoon tea, I also ate Icy's dessert. You mean you entered the victim's room? Yesy, exactly. The room was empty after all. Perhaps the victim was already dead by then. My first bite tasted way too salty, and I couldn't eat it. So I ate the delicious star-shaped dessert that was nearby. Miss Delicious? You really are a glutton. It's rare you see a woman with this kind of appetite. That's all I did. Peggy, Manny, everyone. I'm sorry I caused you trouble. Now you told us the truth. Everything's fine. There's no need to apologize. This does not mean that your testimony is trustworthy. I'll be investigating the victim's room after this. Only then will I decide if your testimony is true. Prosecutor Von Karma, I'd like to go as well. I also need to assert whether my reasoning up until now has been correct. I'll let you follow, but I have no intention of letting you investigate. That's enough for me. Damn, dude, we went up square to square with this. December 24th, 9 p.m. Contest venue, Dover's room. Are we gonna be squaring up with him again? What's going on? This! What is the meaning of this? Uh-oh. It's the singer. It says a door in the victim's room that disappeared without a trace. Was this the true killer's doing? A body that was hidden inside a desert? That is it? And a murder weapon that was moved. Further investigation would be required to arrive at the truth of this case. Why would you do this to me? I thought you were gonna go go all in on Redcore here. What happened? Oh. It was a little bit early, y'all, but I think you and I will both agree this is a good place to end the episode for today. So next time, everybody, I guess we're gonna continue on Mr. Redcore's wild ride. Just to see how the trial goes, right? Until then, thank you all for watching. Sayonara. Bye-bye.